Do you have an irrigation system or a sprinkler system and you've got a head that just doesn't look right, or it's doing this? Well, we had one this past week and we decided to dig in, literally, and fix it ourselves. Our heads in this case are a Hunter PGP rotary drive, and it's an adjustable head. I'm showing you here an irrigation shovel, a round nose shovel, and a sharpshooter shovel. You don't need all of these. You could do it with just the round nose shovel. And here's what happened. The head actually came off of the riser part of my head, and that was what allowing all the excess water. So you want to dig out around that head, and like I mentioned, if you're using a shovel to dig, you want to be careful. So the reason you want to be careful is you don't want to damage the actual PVC irrigation line that's down in the ground. And here I'm just digging out with my Hori knife that I have and removing as much of the dirt as I can and packing it in, because when I unscrew this head, I don't want the dirt to fall in the line. So in our video today, we're going to be showing you how to replace one of these pop-up Hunter PGP rotary sprinkler heads. And what happened on mine is I have one in the yard that this top part of it actually blew off the other morning while we were watering. And I'll show you where that goes here in a minute on the one that's still in the ground. But it's a lot easier. I'm not even sure that these can be fixed or repaired like this, so it's a lot easier to take and replace the entire unit like this. And where this one actually goes, or this piece goes, I'll show you here. It's the top portion right here is this piece that has come off. And you'll see here the new one doesn't come with a nozzle. They'll actually give you one of these standard red nozzles, but then they'll also probably, you can get these different nozzles, and I think you can probably see here on this piece of plastic, there's different numbers here, like 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, and even 8. So what these are is the gallons per minute when the sprinkler is actually running. So to do this, you're also going to need a couple of things. A pair of needle nose pliers will come in handy. I've got one of these handy little keeper rings, and you can get all of this stuff on Amazon, and I'm going to put a link in the description. And a lot of the replacement heads like this may have one of these tools that you're going to need, like affixed to the side of it. But sometimes when you order these, it doesn't come with this little tool, and you'll need to get one of these because it's nearly impossible to do what we're going to need to do without this tool. Because this tool, not only you can see on the top or the cap here, I think you can see this. There's different places that you can put this tool for adjustments to lift this unit up out of the base, and then also to tighten down your nozzle, and we'll go over those things here in a minute. But let me show you here what I'm talking about. So on this tool, you can take this one end of the tool and insert it right here in this head, just like that, and then you can turn it, and then these two little handles or holes for your fingers are like a handle, and you can pull this up, and you can see how that comes up out of there. So if you're working on one of these and you're trying to replace the nozzle with it still in the ground, you know, this will be flush to the ground like this right here. And you'll just need to pull this up in the ground, and you can take your little keeper clip, and why it's open on the side right here like this is because you want to be able to get to where this nozzle goes. So you just clip it on right here, And then you can let this go, and you can see how it holds that top part of the sprinkler valve mechanism up out of the body here. So then you can take your nozzle. If there's already a nozzle in there, you're going to need your tool again, because in this hole right here, up inside of here, there is a set screw. And this is like an Allen wrench or Allen driver right here that you would actually put in this hole right here. And when you turn this, you can see, I think you can see up in there, you can start to see it now. Right there is the threaded piece that's going to come down and hold. It not only holds the nozzle in place once you get your nozzle in, but you can also screw this up and down further to control the amount of spray that your nozzle puts out, if you will. So right now, to put the nozzle in, we're going to back that set screw back out, just like that. And then you can take your nozzle, and it actually goes right here like this. And you want to line these top ears up to where that set screw that's inside of here will come down in between those. So I've got this one off just a little bit, but I'm going to take my needle nose and actually try to turn. Okay, I don't think it's going to turn, but we're going to go ahead and see if we can push this in. And you can see how I pushed that all the way in. And now you can see where the Allen head screw is, that's going to come down and actually hold this nozzle in place. Because if you don't tighten this set screw down with this little tool, the first time your sprinklers come on, this nozzle is just going to blow out of here, and you're going to have a lot of water coming out here. So what you would do then is take and tighten your set screw down, and I think you can see up inside of there now how it's starting to come down. And again, if you keep going, and you can see how that one will come on down, it'll get to where that threaded piece that comes down is in front of your nozzle here, and that's going to affect how the spray is coming out of this nozzle right here. So for now, we're just going to back that up a little bit and then take it out. So we're pretty happy with that, the way it is. And all you have to do then with your little keeper ring that's holding this up is just pull that off, and that snaps back into place. So now we've got all of the dirt, or as much of it as we can, dug out from around the old head, and here I'm showing you the bottom of the new head where it's going to screw into the line that's down in the ground. So again, I'm going to gently remove the old head and continue to press down on the soil that's right around the base of it, because we don't want any to fall in the irrigation line. Now, if it does, that's not a big deal. You can just turn that particular zone on for a minute and let it flush the water out of the line before screwing on the new sprinkler head. So here we're just unscrewing the old one, and in a minute you're going to see down in the bottom of the hole there's a green threaded coupling, and that's where the head actually screws onto, and that's where you don't want to get any dirt. So I'm lowering the new head down in place, and I'm turning it clockwise, or to the right in my case, and tightening up until it can be tight. Now on these heads, this Hunter PGP head, you want to turn it to where the right stop is all the way even with where you want it to be. So in my case, it's going to be back to my right or to the south, which is the edge of my driveway. Once it's on, and we'll show you that here in a minute, you can then adjust the length of travel, if you will, to where it comes all the way around to the west, or back towards where my left hand is right now that I'm showing you. And that'll be the limit of travel on this. And then following that, I'm going to show you how to adjust the spray of the actual nozzle. So now that I've got it back in place, or the new one in place that I'm replacing the old one with, I'm going to start placing some of the soil back in and just gently, packing it in for now. I'll do my final leveling after everything is put back. And I had also previously cut out the, in this case, St. Augustine grass around the head and kind of laid it over to the side. So once I get most of my dirt back in now, I'm not going to completely close up the hole yet because I want to run it one time and just make sure that there's no leaks coming from the bottom where it actually screwed onto the coupling head. And here I'm turning on, in my case, it's zone 5. That one needs to be adjusted. Shouldn't be out here on the driveway like that. And we'll take care of that here in a minute, but the one we replaced, I'm just trying to check it because I don't want it going. I want to try to make it to where it stays within the edge of the driveway, if you will, both directions. In this case, for me, it's west, and then back this way is east. So you can see it's coming around to the left stop, and my sprinkler already cut off, so I had to go back and turn my zone on again and finish making some minor adjustments. And now I'm just packing a little more soil in around the head and putting some of the St. Augustine grass back in place. So in this video, or in this portion of the video here, what I'm doing is I'm actually adjusting the nozzle. And if you'll remember, we showed you earlier that you'll use your little Allen head or Allen wrench adjustment tool to screw that set screw down, and it controls the amount of spray coming out of that nozzle. And you can do this while it's on, of course. So I hope this helped somebody out that's able to go out and change one of these heads out that might have a problem. If you're not comfortable doing it, by all means, call an irrigation person. We appreciate you stopping by our channel and checking out our videos. Please like, subscribe, and share. And let me know down below if you have any comments, suggestions, what have you. And be sure and check out all those links for all of the products that we used in this video.